Is Amado Cruz, and you might be asking yourself, what types of answers can ChatGPT give? Many people don't know this, but ChatGPT can actually respond in all different kinds of formats, not just plain text. But let's just start with plain text, since that's what we're most familiar with. For example, if I type, "Who is Amado Cruz?" ChatGPT just gives me a text response, It's just text, nothing fancy, no bullet points, no lists or anything. But now if we ask, what are effective time management tips? Now, ChatGPT is responding with a detailed list, 1, 2, 3, and so on, and bullet points underneath each of these numbers. And you might have noticed I didn't even ask for a list explicitly, but ChatGPT decided this would be the best way to organize its answer. You can be more explicit and ask for a list if you're specifically looking for that. Let's say, brainstorm 10 blog post ideas about the new Apple Intelligence. Output a bullet point list. Okay, here we're being really specific that we want a bullet point list, and so that's the answer ChatGPT gives. Depending on your question, ChatGPT may decide that a list is the best way to answer it, in which case it'll do it automatically without your prompting. But in cases where you already know you want a structured list, simply ask GPT for it. You can say, output a list, output a bulleted point list, output a numbered list, output an outline. In addition to plain text and lists, ChatGPT can also output tables. So let's ask ChatGPT to output a table comparing social media platforms for marketing purposes. Without having to specify anything, it decided on this table format with these headers: platform, demographics, format, best for, key features, estimated ad costs, and all we asked was to output a table, but ChatGPT made this intelligent determination. Tables are really helpful to visualize comparing different options, to visualize numerical data as well. Output a table of US states and the population for each. This is an example with numbers. It's just using 23 data, and it's showing us the information for each state, its population. It's even ranked it from highest population to lowest population. So now if you're working with data, common formats you probably work with are JSON and CSV. You can get both of them from ChatGPT. CSV, you'd actually just ask for it to be able to import it into Excel or Google Sheets. JSON, you would typically ask for it if you're integrating into some kind of application. You might be using it for API calls or data storage. So let's take the CSV. Output your previous answer in a CSV. Here actually is a code that ChatGPT used to create the CSV. It's actually expanded it here. You can actually see the code. You can copy paste this code as well. Here's the final CSV. Just click on this to download it, and it will download the CSV containing the states, the population for each, and then you can go ahead and import that CSV into Excel or Google Sheets. Now, let's say we want a JSON. Output your previous answer in JSON. The beautiful thing is, all you have to do is ask. So here, it's created a JSON file. And again, all you have to do is click to download it, and then go ahead and open it in something like Visual Studio Code. And for example, here's a JSON format. Another format ChatGPT can provide is code snippets. Let's ask ChatGPT to write a Python script to calculate the factorial of a number. And it actually outputted this Python script. You could go ahead, copy it into your development environment, and it even explains how the script works. And last but not least, ChatGPT also supports Markdown and HTML. Let's say create a 500-word blog post about video generating AI. And we're going to ask output it in a Markdown. Here's a Markdown. It's got a header. If you're unfamiliar with this, the header 2, etc. Because it's a Markdown, you could go ahead and copy this directly into something like WordPress or whatever you're using for your blog or documentation, and it will render. For example, these headings properly. This is H3, this is H2, this is H1, the title of the piece. Now, let's say I want to convert it to HTML. Okay, so you can see here are the tags: H1 paragraph, H2 paragraph, H3, etc. So this is really handy to output Markdown in HTML. So just to recap, all the different types of answers ChatGPT can give. We started with plain text, which is probably what we're most used for. Then we saw it output lists, including numbered lists, bulleted lists. Then we asked ChatGPT to output tables, which is super useful for comparing different items. We asked ChatGPT to output a CSV as well as a JSON. We also asked ChatGPT to output code snippets, for example, Python scripts. And finally, we ended with ChatGPT outputting Markdown and HTML for more complex text editing needs, for example, for blog posts and documentation. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more AI content. Again, my name is Amado Cruz. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.